thank you for coming. Yes. Yes, this is the Raider Nation report. Yes, Commish is in the house tonight. Yes, line is to the right. Yes, ma'am. Looking amazing in that silver and black, I must say. Yes, VIP is to the left, sir. If you give me your name, I'll check, make sure you're on the list. Yes, you have to be on in advance. Weeks in advance, sir. Yes, line is to the right. Yes, Raider Nation report tonight. A lot to talk about. Yes, there is a full bar inside, sir. Guys, you can't smoke that right here by the door. Just step over there a little ways. I love the smell. It smells amazing, but please, not right by the door. Yes, we will be opening the doors very soon. You know these guys like to run a tight show. They're just making sure everything's in order. Yes, ma'am. You can say hi to the midgets on the way in. Absolutely. VIP to the left. Regular line to the right, please. Doors will be opening very soon. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy the show.
I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, all you ever heard about my lips. I was twitching, I wasn't breaking when Brady was winning chips. Went to LA, then to Oakland, and now we up on the strip. Dancing with the nation every time we get to 6. 3rd and 13 used to run the ball. Now we got 100, so we changing the call. Tatted on my body, ain't no taking it off. When the Raiders on the TV, we ain't taking the call. When the Raiders on the TV, we ain't taking the call. Unless they with the nation, ain't no faking involved. All that internal hating, we be shaking it off. Cause we know they just came around Jacobs and Carl. Who you thought I've been rocking for? Ever since a kid, it's been patching skulls. Black and white, you see it on my flags and poles. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know.
Look, I'm 34 like Bo Jackson. I'm a Raider, long live John Madden. We left Oakland, now we with the Sinners. For Al Davis, we got unfinished business. Look, just win, baby. Defense ain't giving up an inch lately. The offense in clutch, we bout to up the scope. And D-Car ain't stopping till we reach the boat.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. Just where is that, might you ask? Well, let me give you some simple directions, shall we? Still down the street, past that house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask our man Joe. He's a gentleman, he's a scholar. Most of all, he's a man of commerce. Slip him what you should. He's going to point you in the right direction. He's going to tell you to take a left and then a right. As you find yourself strolling down the street, minding your own goddamn business, you need to pass this deep, dark alley to your immediate right. Now, as you pass this deep, dark alley, a cool breeze is going to hit you that chills you right to your skeletal core. And you'll find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? Oh, you goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should. Because what you're going to find at the end is a special little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Tuesday, this is the Raider Nation Report, a solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black. And we've got a lot to get into. The off-season continues. You've got the combine going on where they try to make actual, fucking exciting TV out of the 40-yard dash and basic ass shit. I've been to a combine. I went to the International Players Combine a couple years ago on Press Pass, and it's about as fucking boring as you can possibly get. It really fucking is. It's boring as a motherfucker. If you think it's boring on TV, it's even more boring in fucking person, because there ain't no commercials. You can't get up and go to the motherfucking fridge. It's just full on in your face the whole damn time. It's not very exciting. Not very exciting. But there's a lot to talk about, man. Franchise tag period is underway. You have the resignation of a vice president today. There's a lot going on, man. The quarterback talk, the quarterback search, the quarterback questions continue. You have a vague ass general manager. You got a dunce at coach. We don't know where they're going. As a fan base, we're concerned. We wonder. Haven't been in this situation for a while. And we know what it felt like the last time we went through this situation. Fucking Jawalrus. Andrew Walter. My God, I don't even want to go down the fucking list. Terrell Pryor. Where do we it just starts to unravel then. Till you found a stopgap in number 4. It's just a new time. It's a new era, Raider Nation. It's a new time. It's a new era. It's been a minute since we found ourselves in this situation. We got to talk about Marcel Reese's resignation. Franchise tag talk. Running back talk, as we're going to deep dive into the depth chart that is the running backs. We've been starting over on the offense, dealing with the little depth chart talk. We've hit tight end and wide receiver the last couple weeks. We're going to hit running back tonight. Rodgers watch continues. Do you think he's the answer? To me, I think he would be a great addition to the team. But is it carved in stone? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But there's news on that front, as his GM had something to say today at the Combine. Madden League 23 kicked off last night with our first Madden Monday of the season. Draft was Sunday. We'll talk about that. Sponsors Cool Kids in the newsletter. It is the first Thursday of the month. Quarterback reality. The Scouting Combine. It's underway. And the WTF. We're going to knock her a little close to home with the WTF. And I think you'll enjoy this one. Let's get into it, shall we? That's enough damn foreplay. Yeah, I'm rocking well, old school tonight. I was looking through things. Let's switch it up, man. It's the off season. I'm going deep into the rotation. With a little fucking Run DMC tonight. So, let's get it. Let's get it, shall we? All right. Where we at? Marcel Reese. This, Reese had been a close confidant of Mark Davis for quite some time. Close confidant of Mark Davis. He'd been in his ear. He'd been a senior advisor. He was on the committee, to bring coaches and the next GMs in. He's been in Mark Davis's ear, Bullcut's ear for a while, and last year stepped him up to a vice president in the organization, basically being a right hand man to him, right hand man to the president, to get things going in the right direction. Well, things went fucking left last year. Whether you call it an evaluation season, however you want to put the fucking spin on it, the shit went left. And Marcel Reese obviously was involved in that somewhere. You took a new position with the franchise and there was no positivity that happened on your watch over that season. You saw the transition period of the quarterback leaving, your franchise quarterback leaving, the team regressed from a playoff team. Everything went negative, and it just makes me wonder, what is the inner workings of the Raiders, the franchise, and the head office like? That now that Marcel got a little deeper into it, there's been a new president brought in. There's been a little changes in the upper brass, and now he wants out after a year. It's just it's very curious to me. I'd like to sit down and be able to pick his brain, ask him the questions as to why. Why are you leaving? I mean, he's a young man. This isn't like something he's just tried. He's been around the organization and the top of the organization. This is the fact that he had an actual title now. And maybe it was more structured, and he needed to be more accountable for certain things. Maybe he didn't like that aspect of it. Maybe he liked just being more of an advisor, a consultant. Maybe it was just too much. I don't know. It's just I could see where this could go a couple different directions, and I just thought the addition of Marcel Reese last season as vice president was a very positive thing. True Raider mentality. I think a Raider great that we all really, really loved and respected. And it just ended on a sour note, unfortunately. And now he's gone. It's interesting. I see that, Michelle. It's a little thin on the cool kids out there tonight. We do got AAA and Michelle holding it down, though, for the rest of them. Did they not invite us to something, Michelle? What the fuck is going on? Were we left out? Are they hanging out with Marcel Reese? We don't know about it? I found it to be an interesting resignation. I really did. So, we'll see who ends up getting promoted in the front office there. But it leads you to question what's going on, man. It leads you to question when you got a guy like that's ready to leave. That's a big position, man. To be vice president of an NFL franchise, that's and then just to walk away from it? I don't know. It's very strange. And, we'll continue to keep an eye on what's going on there, but just, that one just raised an eyebrow for me a little bit. Brian brought it up already in the comments section. I see already about the franchise tag. I wanted to know if I'm surprised that Jacobs hasn't been franchise tagged yet. I'm kind of a little surprised they just didn't go ahead and do it. I don't know if there's still some sort of behind-the-scenes conversations going on involving maybe a contract for Josh. To me, it just seems very unlikely. With the importance of bringing in a quarterback, deciding what you're going to do at quarterback, what your long-term goals are at quarterback, or at least your plans, and so many other positions in flux and things of need. Your tight end depth chart needs addition. Your wide receiver depth chart needs addition. You know what you got to do on defense. You need help all over the place on the defensive side of the ball. I just don't think they're going to... They're not going to stroke Josh the kind of check and the kind of contract that he wants, which is putting him upwards of $14.5 to $16 million range a year. They're not going to give him that. So if you're not going to have that conversation for that type of cheddar, it makes it hard to even have the conversation with him. So that's why I don't know why you just wouldn't come in and say, listen, Josh, we have a lot of positions of need. We're going to franchise tag you. We promise you a conversation next season. You did amazing this year, blah, blah, blah. Fucking pet his ego all that you can. Because the fact of the matter is this dude came out in a fucking prove-it year. You didn't take his 5th-year option. You didn't want to talk about contract with him last year. You thought he was a disposable running back. You'd just be able to replace him, and he comes out and has the best damn fucking season of any running back in the league. Now, that puts you in a strange spot because you didn't want to have contract talks with Josh Jacobs this year. You were going to ride Josh Jacobs. You were going to fucking ride him like a fucking busted old fucking horse, like an old thoroughbred on his last race. You're going to whip the fucker to death, and then you were going to fucking send him off. But that didn't work out that way. Josh went out and had a fucking all-world season. Now the conversation has changed. Now it's like, fuck, we can't let this guy go. He's proven he's a commodity. It unfortunately could really put Josh Jacobs in a prove-it year again. It's unfair. It's not right. But he could really find himself in a prove-it year again in 2023. Because if they franchise tag him this year, and he goes out and balls out again, he's putting himself in a conversation where you're knocking up around that number that you wanted, and you can't even make the argument to not pay the guy that. So now you've almost forced your hand to have to release this guy because you're not going to pay him that. And I don't think these guys will ever pay him $15 to $16 million a year. I just don't. I just don't think they will. And, man, it's a weird situation Josh finds himself in. A very strange, a very weird situation, and it's unfortunate. The guy goes out, they made you prove it, you go out and prove it, and you still don't get the credit, really, for doing what you did. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's a shitty situation Josh finds himself in this year, but I 100% believe we got the cool kids over here on the YouTube crew. He's like, nah, over here sticking his tongue out at you, Michelle. It's a weird situation for Josh. It's unfair. It's sad to see, really. I'd love to see him stroke a check and this guy commit 2 to 3 years to him. Okay, we all get the longevity and the short lifespan of an NFL running back. I think everybody understands that. Nobody's disputing that fact. But man, I think he's proven to give him a chance to run till he's got nothing left in them legs, man. Because he's giving you everything he's got. He's not the fucking problem. He's not the problem at all. And any quarterback is going to love to play with a running back like Josh Jacobs. They're not going to franchise tag him a second year and have it ratchet up. They're just not. So, it's a strong reality. This could be it. This could be the last ride for Josh this year. So enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. I love me some fucking Josh Jacobs. I've always loved me a great Raider running back. DMC, Charlie Garner, fucking Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen. I grew up on Raider running backs. Tyrone Wheatley. There's just such a long lineage of them. And I love running backs. When I play video games, I'm always about the running game. It's my favorite part. I love power backs. I love banging. That's why I'm still having a hard time dealing with in the Madden League this year. I've gotten an elusive back in Dalvin Cook because I'm used to having a power back. I love banging. I love that type of running back, and that's just Josh. That's just Josh, man. I was at Josh's first game, the Monday Night Football game. He scored the touchdown right in front of us. That first touchdown, leaped into the end zone, and from that fucking second forward, I have been a huge Josh Jacobs fan. He impressed me in the first game, and he's done nothing but impress me ever since. The fragile tag. Every time somebody throws out the fragile tag about Josh, it just blows my mind. Every time he's hurt, he's chomping at the bit to get back on the fucking field. Every time. The dude had only missed 6 starts coming into this season. He's banged up the end of the season. What NFL fucking running back isn't? But this dude's doing everything to be the guy to get the ball 3 fucking downs a fucking series. He wants to be out there. He's your third down back, your first down back, your second down back. He's your guy. And he understands what it takes to be a running back and implement yourself. You got to wear on a team. You got to get in your groove. You just got to start to feel it, man, and feel the holes. And Josh just has that wiggle, man. He's a special back, and I hope they keep him around, but I don't understand why they haven't franchise tagged him yet. I'm assuming it's due to some gamesmanship or some sort of, but I don't understand what strategy angle they're working by not doing it. But I'm sure there's some fucking reason that we haven't even thought of. But we're gonna get one more year with Josh. Josh ain't going nowhere. I 100% don't think Josh is going anywhere. But I'm about 90% that he's gone after this year. Because I think Josh goes out and has another great season. Individually. Hopefully that hitches to the team having a great season. But Josh himself, he's going to have a solid 2023. After that, who knows? And that's where I thought I would segue right into this conversation. Running back talk. Deep dive into the depth chart of where you are at running back with this team right now. Because you've got some guys on this depth chart. I mean, we talked about the fucking long list of running backs that this team was coming in with, and they just seem to keep adding them. They're collecting fucking Pokemon cards. They were adding them in the offseason, adding running backs, and it just made you wonder what was their plan at running back. Just bringing all these guys in, and who's it going to be? I still think it's 100% Josh, but you got to have guys behind him. Now, AAA brings up Zeus. Does he get as much talk if he's just Zamir White? I question. Because I liked it too. You know, here's this fucking running back, comes out of college. He's fucking chiseled. Looks like a fucking piece of granite. And he's got the fucking nickname Zeus. I'm all, fucking, let's get it. Zeus! You know, I want to yell his name too. But is the nickname got more flash than the player actually does? Because I tell you what, man, I watched the All-22s on some Zeus, and he's not Zeus. He's not the god of gods out there. He's not parting fucking skies and dropping fucking thunderclouds. He's just not. He's a big dude, and he runs straight ahead into blockers, into defenders, into whoever has been straight ahead of him. He's showed me very little vision. He's not been really explosive. And I don't think he's the heir apparent at all. I think he's fourth on the depth chart at best right now. You have Amir Abdallah, who's a free agent. I don't know if you bring Amir Abdallah back. He had some flashes throughout the season. He helped out in different aspects here and there. I don't know if you bring him back or not. He's a conversation. Brandon Bolden's another guy for conversation on the depth chart that you have to talk about. Bertan Brown, you never really got to see a lot of. You saw some flashes here and there. Do you want to see more of him? Sincere McCormick, also on the depth chart. You never really got to see any of that guy. These are guys that you've got to make decisions about. And you're going to bring in young running back talent as well that's going to add to this depth chart, possibly in the draft or undrafted free agents. Maybe a guy or two out in free agency. Leonard Fournette, old playoff Lenny, is just asking for his release from the Bucs. Not that I would be interested in that guy. I just have to throw it out there because there is a free agent market of running backs that you can talk to as well if you're looking to fucking milk something out of one of these fucking veterans at the end of their career. But I don't know if you have the heir apparent to Josh Jacobs on this roster at running back. Because when you ready to hand the rock to you, bringing Amir Abdallah back. Amir Abdallah, out of all those guys, he's the only one not under ink. He's the only one. You've got White, Bolden, Brown, and McCormick all under ink with Josh Jacobs coming back this season. You've got to decide what you're going to do with them, release them, trade them, waive them. Well, what are you doing? You got to make decisions on these guys. I'm not sold on Zamir White being the heir apparent. He's got a cute nickname, and I'll give him that. But man, we've all seen a lot of fucking muscle-strapping dudes in the National Football League that do a whole lot of nothing, that go nowhere with their career. Muscles don't get you nowhere. Looking like you should be an NFL running back doesn't make you successful. He definitely looks the part of an NFL running back. But can you be the guy that goes out and does what Josh Jacobs does? First, second, third down, every fucking series, 100+ yards a game, multiple touchdowns, throwing you the ball out of the fucking backfield, grabbing chip blocks when you need to. Can you be that? Because that's what you're asking to replace. You're not just like, we need a running back. Now, you're asking to replace a guy who led the motherfucking league in rushing. When's the last time a Raider did that? Okay? It's been a motherfucking minute. That's not something that just happens all the time. Yeah, it was a crappy season, I get it, but you can't brush under the rug the individual accomplishment of Josh Jacobs. And if you think that there's any guy on this fucking roster that is ready to carry his jock at fucking running back just because he's got a cute nickname of an immortal god, no. That dude is not ready, and he is not even motherfucking close. Go watch some coaches tape on Zeus, man. His vision is lacking, and he tries to rely on power, and I can run the guy over. That works pretty much all the way up through college. But then when you get to the National Football League and everybody's built like a brick shithouse and they're all chiseled out of motherfucking granite, you can't just hit the fucking line and knock people over. It doesn't work like that anymore. You got to find the cracks. You got to have the wiggle. You got to have the everything. And I don't think he's that type of a back. I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe Zeus will be the next greatest thing since sliced bread. The next greatest thing since the fucking wheel. We'll see. But I think you need to really look at the fact that after this year, you're probably in the market for running back. But I don't think you need to bring somebody in. I think you can probably work with the depth chart that you got. Add maybe a free agent, maybe an undrafted free agent after the draft. Because you've got a solid depth chart at running back to back up Josh Jacobs. Because the position of running back goes through Josh Jacobs for the Las Vegas Raiders. As long as you got a healthy Josh, you just need to fill a depth chart behind him. And then when you decide you don't want to pay Josh what he's worth, which is $14.5 to $16 million a year, then move on and we'll have to make some decisions. Have some tough conversations. That's enough for the running back talk. We'll deep dive into another position next week and where that position stands. I would be okay with that too, AAA, along the lines of Zach Crockett, if he's just a guy that comes in and ends a banger. And I'm okay with him being that. Like I said, I'm okay with him being on the roster. And there's a need for that Tyrone Wheatley type back, that just fucking bruiser, because sometimes you do just need to go plow for a fucking yard or two. And, you do need that guy. But I think he's more of a niche back. I don't think he's a feature back. I don't think he'll ever be a feature back like Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is an NFL feature back. He's a number one. He's a bad motherfucker. What? That's right. That's what I said. What's up, everybody? Man, thank y'all for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all. What are we at on timeline here? I got started a little late. What's my delta here? I'm off about 6 minutes or so from got a little late start. You know, midgets were bitching. They hadn't been fed today, so we had to feed them. You know, we're on a 1 day feeding schedule around here, 1 time a day. They get fed right before the show. They gotta have the show ready to go, or they don't get fed. I'd keep shit in order around here. This ain't no fucking soup kitchen. Alright, moving along. Rogers Watch. Continues. It continues. He's out. He's left the hole. He's out. His general manager hasn't heard from him. Hasn't talked to him since the season. Had a lengthy discussion today at the Combine. He's not talked to Aaron. Doesn't know what the fuck Aaron's doing. And he's expecting a decision within the next 2 weeks from Aaron Rodgers. That's basically what he said. I think it was March 15th is the date that he threw out. So you're going to see something in the next couple weeks come out of this story. Now, there's been talks that due to financial reasons, contractual reasons, that there's a possibility Rodgers wouldn't be moved until the June neck of the woods. But you're going to know within the next couple weeks if he's going to be moved and you're just waiting on that time frame, or if he's coming back. You're gonna know that within the next couple weeks. So Rogers Watch will continue for a couple more weeks. It's not quite done yet. We're gonna stay on the front. Keep an eye on the tripped out dusty hippie, and see if he's coming to the silver and black, or just basically see how the fuck this story ends. I think it is the most intriguing quarterback story in this offseason. Brady signing his resignation papers, took his story out of the offseason, so he's been shelved. This guy is by far, because I don't really think Lamar's on the market this offseason. I don't, because they're going to franchise tag him if they can't figure out how to make him happy and get a contract done. They're just going to franchise tag Lamar and they're going to move on. So I think Aaron Rodgers is the most interesting story. And he's making it fucking interesting too. The dude's he's a smart sumbitch, man. He's a very smart, very cerebral quarterback. And, you know, he's a little weird. But, hey, nothing wrong with that. We're all a little weird. I'm a little weird. Shit, I might enjoy hanging out in a fucking dark hole for fucking 4 days. Yeah, it said it had a nice bed in it, yoga mat, have food, water. If there's a bong in the corner, we're all good. As long as that bed's comfy. 4 days, shit. No phone, nobody calling me, no kids, no wife. Have I got a number? So I don't think he's that strange. I just think, see, here's the thing: is we look at these guys like Aaron Rodgers, like we're looking at it from such an outside perspective. This dude lives in such a different world than the rest of us that we can just never understand what it's like to be a guy like this. Never in a million fucking years. This dude is paid so much fucking money to do a game that most of us would be happy to get paid anything to still be able to play it. And this dude gets paid an obscene amount of money. And he's insanely smart and has insane physical ability to play the position that he plays. And this is a huge decision for the guy. He understands his legacy. He's a different kind of a guy. And they are this clique of all-world Hall of Fame type quarterbacks is so small that there's not that many people to compare them to. So it's an interesting story. I'm going to follow it for a couple weeks. Do I think it's a lock that Aaron Rodgers is coming to the Raiders? Absolutely not. I don't think it's a lock. That's why I'm watching the story. I think it's the most interesting quarterback story of the offseason, of a veteran quarterback, a recent MVP of the league, a Super Bowl champion, a future probably first ballot Hall of Famer that needs a team to go to And the franchise that I love and I cover needs a fucking quarterback. It's a fucking story, and it's a big fucking story, and I'm going to watch it all the way to the end to see how this one shakes out, because I think Aaron Rodgers, for 2 years in Las Vegas, could change culture, could change franchise direction along the lines of Rich Gannon coming in a couple decades ago did. I think he could have that kind of positive effect. So, we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting story. We're going to keep watching it. We'll keep following it. And we'll see where it goes. It may end in the silver and black. It may fucking not. We kicked off our Raider Reaction Offseason Madden Challenge this weekend. 9+ hour live draft on Sunday. Start early in the morning, runs all night. So some of the new owners understand now what fucking draft day is. For real, it's motherfucking draft day, man. It's like you're in the war room all day. It is an all-day process. It's rigorous. We are into week 2 already. And we're moving along, man. We're moving along. We've had some great games already. Had a doubleheader last night. Aired 2 games. Finished with mine overtime win over Robert. Robert had been waiting 4 years to lose in overtime for me, so I know he was really excited about that. That was a great game, though, man. I had another great game tonight. That might possibly be airing that on our new Thursday night segment. So, I want to talk about that as we'll segue in here to our next little thing, as I see some questions popping up out there. I see some questions popping up in the audience. And you did notice there was no Fan of the Week up this week. Fan of the Week will be back next week. We're going to start Fan of the Week back off again in the month of March, but I'm closing out February. I got all the prizes out, and I didn't want to have to send out any more prizes for the month. I just got everything shipped out. We're locked and loaded. Robert Paul is the next one in the hopper that still needs to go out. He was our Fan of the Week last week. And so we're moving along. So, sponsors, Clear Live Streams. Check them out, man. Hit up Bryant, member of Raider Nation. I watched the Jake Paul fight, watched him get fucking thumped on by Tyson Fury this weekend, courtesy of Clear Live Streams. I've been watching my hockey games all week, courtesy of Clear Live Streams. Got 2 of my TVs two big TVs in the studio hooked up through Clear Live Streams. All you gotta do is go to our website, hit the Clear Live Streams button on our homepage. It'll take you right there. Send them a message. Tell them you need the hookup. Brian will hook you up. Raider Nation hooking up Raider Nation. Don't be fucking with DirecTV and all that other dumb shit, man, to get your games and your movies and your TV and all that shit. Go to Clear Live Streams, our official sponsor here at Raider Reaction. Get the hookup. Coming out, first of the month, man. First of the month is tomorrow. Over the next day or two, the Dark Side newsletter will be dropping. If you have not signed up to get the Dark Side newsletter, go to our website, scroll to the bottom of any page, throw your email down there in the bar, and hit that button, and you'll be subscribed. And just sends you a little shout out of what we got coming up, ideas, plans for the next month here at Raider Reaction. And we do got some stuff planned for you. And of course, while you're there, click on the subscriber tab. Check out what it is to be a subscriber at Raider Reaction and be one of the cool kids like Roland, like Robert, like Michelle, like AAA. Got that cool subscriber badge next to your name. Puts you in the Dark Side Inner Circle group where you're all in this nice little group where you can converse amongst yourselves. And it gives you other nice perks as well. Best perk is you get added in the raffle the first of every month with the chance to win a handful of prize packs. We do that every month because I like to give back to the subscribers. Gives them a chance to win, get their hands on the new goodies that I get coming in, to send out, stuff like that. So I'm going to do things a little different this month. Because the first, we've got the convergence of a couple things going on this week. This week happens to be the kickoff of our Raider Reaction Offseason Madden Challenge League. And I've been trying to decide how I was going to do coverage and live game calls in my schedule and on Raider Reaction this season for the league. And I did a doubleheader last night, and I've decided that that's just too long. I like the compactness of one game, focus on one game, do a great game call for one game, give the viewers and that game all of the everything into one. Move along. So we're going to continue to do our league show on Monday, which will start next week with our the top 10, the power rankings. We'll do the flash prizes, and we will have one highlight game for Madden Monday every Monday. Then also, we are going to start a Thursday night Madden football night as well. We're going to have a Thursday night game, Thursday night football here on Raider Reaction, as well as we're going to highlight a game from our Madden League, and I'm going to do a Thursday night game call as well at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Because we've got some great matchups, and we've had some great matchups already, and I would like to bring them to you as well. So, live game calls, and there will be some live games as well. It takes a little more coordination to set up the live games, but we do live game calls. Some of these, they're played prior, but I have no idea what they'll happen. So it's like a live game call because I'm calling the games live. But there will be live games. Those take a little more scheduling. The playoffs, I like to have all of the playoffs when we get to the postseason all live we like to schedule those, have them live on the page, and we will have some live games as well. So, moving along. So, Thursday night football will be going down this week, in place of the raffle on Thursday night. Because if you are a subscriber, by 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday this month, you automatically win a prize pack. You don't even have to fucking have your name pulled out of the raffle. You just have to be a damn subscriber. You just have to be a subscriber. That's it. So if you're a subscriber of Raider Reaction, we've got some new bracelets in. I've got the new load of bracelets in, silver with black lettering. I've got the I'm a Raider fan deep behind the enemy lines pins in. I've got some other new swag items, so would like to put them in everybody's hands. I know Daryl. I hope he's still a subscriber. He requested some bracelets. See, and for you sorry suckers like Robert who don't win anything. You just won. We've won this month's raffle. So that's what we're gonna do this month. I'm gonna do a game call at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday of one of the games. We'll have a live game call on Thursday of one of our Madden League matchups, and then when the game's over, I'm gonna jump on for Twitter, TikTok Thursday, taking questions and comments live on TikTok after that. And then we'll roll on into the weekend. 410 Raider will be on Friday night for the Raider Process Show. And then we'll roll on into the weekend. I'm still kicking around when to bring back Fight Night. It's such an arduous task. And I know once I start it, I'm not going to be able to stop it again. So it will be back, though. I love me some Fight Night. I've been teasing it for a while now. I got to bring it back. It's been months. But that's what we're doing. So if you want to win a prize pack in this month's, we'll call it a giveaway because it ain't a fucking raffle this month. A subscriber giveaway this month. All you gotta do is be a subscriber by 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Go to anywhere around this video you're watching. There's a subscribe button. Go to the top of our Raider Reaction Facebook page. There's a subscribe button. Hit that button. Become a subscriber of Raider Reaction by 10 p.m. Eastern Time Thursday night. When I kick off the show, I'm going to roll through the list, all the subscribers, and all you got to do is send me your address, and we'll get prices out to you for this month. A couple of the new bracelets, new pen, some stickers, some other goodies. Nice little prize pack for you. You're going to get more goodies than what the subscription costs for the month. Robert, you get your play of the week, brother. play of the week is Hoodie. This week in the Madden League. You got a chance to win it this week. You got until next Monday to pull a play of the week out of one of your games. Hell, even the game we played, you probably had a possible play of the week candidate in there. Just got to go pick it out of there. All right, let's move along. Let's move along, shall we? Where are we at here? Let's do a little time check. All right, we're doing good. Rolling along. Quarterback reality. I kind of wanted to touch on this, and we talked about it a little bit earlier. The reality of the situation, the quarterback situation of the Raiders is... It's a strange place that the Raiders are finding themselves in right now. It's not familiar territory. They haven't been there in a while. You haven't been there looking for a quarterback. You've had that taken care of. But now you find yourself at a crossroads as a franchise. A big crossroads as a franchise. Franchise quarterback has left. And you're left deciding, do you really go all in and go for a guy like Aaron Rodgers, make a run at, do something crazy to get Lamar, which I don't even think Lamar is possible. I really don't. I think he's franchise tagged. I think it's Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy Garoppolo, Geno Smith. I mean, there's this small group of guys that you would even consider bringing in. And I don't know if a lot of these guys are even an upgrade from what you had. But sometimes different. Sometimes you just need change for the sake of change. Carson Wentz is out there. He's not somebody you want to see come in. But you find yourself with the reality of you're going to go and clunk through a couple of veterans, trying to find a guy that can push you over to the promised land. Or you're going to go out in the draft and now have to dig through these unproven guys. And it's usually not the first one to hit. Usually you can get a miss or two before you find your guy. It's a strange place that you find yourself in. The reality of the quarterback situation. And it's very unknown, man. Could be a rocky road. These two guys in house, they're talking to Jared Stidham again about him coming back and him being a part of this team, which I'm all for. I'm all for Jared Stidham coming back. Do I think he's the answer at quarterback? Absolutely not. Do I think he could be a great clipboard guy and a stopgap guy if somebody gets hurt because he knows the fucking system? Yes. He can have a game like he had in the second to last game of the season. He can cork one off. I think he does. I think he has the season. I think he can have that sense of the system. I think he'd be a great clipboard guy. Nobody's clamoring to go get Jared Stidham. I think you can get him back on the cheap. Garbers? Is he really anything? I don't know. I mean, you've got him under ink. You still got him around. Maybe he's something. He had some flashes, a little bit. He showed a little something in preseason. And when he got in there, he showed a little something. Do you want to see more out of him? But it's the top of this, man. It's the top of this. I mean, you've got a rookie class that's got some talented guys in it. I just don't know, man. To me, I still think you try to go a la Raider history. Go a veteran that leads the team to the promised land. Go out and bring in a feisty, wiry veteran quarterback. I think Aaron Rodgers is the best case scenario for this season. But you've heard a lot of talk. I've heard a lot of talk about Stroud and how he could be a all-world quarterback. And then all of a sudden here, you've started to hear a lot about this guy. AR-15 from the Florida Gators. A raw talent. An unproven talent. untapped potential. This is the reality we find ourselves in right now as a fan base. And the general manager and the coach are trying to make the best decision out of all of this. Because all of these guys, you don't know, man. Everybody's such an unknown. Such an unknown when you go rookie. You don't know what anybody's going to do when they get to this level. You have no idea. They're all such an unknown. They really are. And it's scary when you start thinking about handing the franchise over to one of these guys. And I just think that terrifies Josh McDaniels because he knows his career as a head coach is hooked to this next quarterback. And I think that terrifies him. That's why I really think they go veteran. I really think they do. I just don't have a strong inkling that they go rookie. But we'll see. We're going to see. We're going to watch it. We're going to follow along together. I don't know why I just closed that, but I did. But so we'll open that back up. Quarterback reality right now. It's a strange place, man. It's a strange place for Raider Nation. From outside looking in, you want to be excited for the upcoming season. You want to know what to expect. You want to know what New Jersey to go buy. You know, you want to get on board with what's happening. But right now, fuck. You can't even talk shit. You don't even have a quarterback. Like, who's your quarterback? Yeah. Shut up. You can't say nothing about your team. You don't know where your team's going. You ain't got a quarterback. It's a tough place to be. Not a good place. That's the reality. The quarterback situation. Marcus Mariota ain't a bridge to nowhere. That motherfucker's a bridge to troubled waters right there. Hell no, I don't want to bring Marcus Mariota back in. No way, no how, in any way, shape, or form. He's a gadget player. There's a reason that the shitbirds decided to move on from him and go to the rookie. And sent his ass packing. No way. No thank you. The scouting combine is getting underway in Indianapolis every year. It is. I haven't been to that scouting combine, the big scouting combine. I have been to, got media credentials to go to the International Players Combine a few years back. And that will probably be the last combine that I ever attend unless there's some serious really buzz going on at the combine that I just would have to be at. I can get press passes I'm NFL media and I can get press passes for the combine every year. But it is, I'm telling you, man, it is not fucking exciting. If you think it's boring to watch on fucking TV when you can click in and out and get commercials and everything else, dude, in person, it is so motherfucking boring. 40-yard dashes are not that exciting. Standing there and watching guys do vertical leaps for fucking hour is not exciting. The most exciting thing is the interview process at the end, and that's what everybody's there for. You're hoping you catch some flash of something, but it's just not an exciting thing. And they're trying to make it something. They try to do everything they can to make it sexy, but it is what it is. You can't. It's the raw metrics of who you are as an athlete. The absolute rawest. But there are so many things as an athlete that you can't quantify by doing that. I mean, Joe Burrow and his small hands, he was going to be an NFL failure because he had small hands a couple years ago. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And it's just not something I would ever want to go watch. I don't even watch it really. Even now, I mean, even with what I do, I don't watch the combine. I'll listen to the news of the day of the combine and who the fucking this guy was and that guy was and who the hot guy was that did this. Did you see this guy? This guy did more bench presses than everybody else. You know, I follow along and I keep up with it. But to watch that shit, it's not exciting to me. It's boring as fuck. It's like watching flies fuck. I don't want to watch that. All right, moving along. I appreciate you all for joining me, man. Subscribers. You've got 48 hours to go to become a subscriber. So we've got new bracelets. Raider Reaction, Deep Behind the Enemy Line bracelets. We got I'm a Raider Fan, Deep Behind the Enemy Line, new pins to give away. Prize packs for all subscribers this month. All you gotta do is be a subscriber of Raider Reaction. First Thursday of the month by 10 p.m. Eastern. That's this Thursday. You have to be a subscriber. Just under 48 hours from right now. Hit that button. Just right around the video you're watching right now. Hit it, hit it, hit it. So, it's time to close it up. My WTFs, they'll go any direction, man. Any direction. It's just, sometimes it'll be sports, Raider related. It could be any sport related. There's just some things that I see that really make me say, what the fuck? We got to hold on. We got issues. Hold on. Hold on. We got a small issue with the WTF, but I'll fix it quick when we get in there. But just to preface, last night my wife and I had a complete 100% WTF moment. And we're going to bring you along for that. Let's get it. It's just a little thing we like to call the WTF. Apologize, had a little audio issue there with the WTF. I won't even get into it. That'll just throw me off a tangent. About threw myself off a tangent any fucking way. It's just a little thing we like to call the WTF. And yes, the WTF got WTF tonight. But so last night we're sitting at a sporting event. Now I just to preface, I'll give you a little insight of my personal life. I've got a daughter who's 19. She's in college. I've got an older son who's 16, who's a really great athlete. I was on the All-Star team in baseball last year. He's just an athlete in all kinds of sports. He's been a really great athlete coming up as a kid through most his whole life. And then we got a little guy who's 5, who's watched older brother athlete growing up, and he's mimics older brother, and he has a little different dynamic than most 5-year-old kids have, because we've got a long spread in our children in our family. We rebooted at a late age. So little guy had his first t-ball game Saturday. Man. And little guy goes out and he gets a home run in his first ever at bat in t-ball, fucking all the way around. He's excited as fuck. He is literally the only kid on the field on either fucking team that has any clue what the fuck is going on, because he's been watching his older brother play baseball, and he knows when a motherfucking ball is hit, you're supposed to go get the goddamn ball and get to first base with it. He understands it. So wherever the ball's hit, he goes and gets it. He gets to first base because he wants to get kids out. He understands you're supposed to get him out. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. So he's the only kid who records an out in the entire first fucking game. He has an awesome game. He's all over the place. He's getting the ball. He's fucking running around like a little maniac. And they give him the game ball. So he's running around like a maniac, grabbing every ball that's hit. And they've rewarded him for it now. And now you've rewarded him for it. So he's like, well, fuck, that's what I'm supposed to do. They hit the ball. We're supposed to get it, right? Yes. Absolutely. At this point, what else are you trying to teach them? So fast forward to last night, Monday night, first night game he's ever played. He's under the lights out there. You know, he's 5 years old. He's got to feel like a fucking $1,000,000 out there. He was the star of the game. He got to lead the post-game fucking cheer after the game, everything last game. Blah, 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 blah. So, little guy goes out there, and now his head's like this big. He's excited for this game. He's talked about it all day. So we go out there, and he's on the field, man. And wherever they hit that ball, he's on it, dude. And I mean wherever. And it's getting to the point where it's a little bit of at a fault. And the coaches should probably take a little guy aside and be like, hey, buddy, you don't go get every ball. If you're on third base and it's hit to second, you don't run to second to get the ball. Even though the second baseman's not trying even remotely to get the motherfucker, and it's just going to roll right past him, you still can't run over there. You got to give him the chance to get the ball, walk over and get it and throw it to first. So, in his little head, he's just not understanding. But we got to get the ball to first, and the rest of the guys aren't doing it. I need to do it. So, that's where coaching comes in. That's where being a youth coach comes in, and they needed to step in as the coaches out there. Myself, I've coached youth sports for probably 25 to 30 seasons. I coached my older kids all the way from the time they were 5 all the way up. Fucking tons of kids. I know how to deal with kids. I would have handled that situation on the field. I'm not the motherfucking coach. I do not coach my kid from the sideline. That's the coach's fucking job. Helicopter mom over here, who obviously one of those boys out on the field is her oldest son. This is her first forte into sports. And she goes over to the fence right in front of us and starts to chastise her husband, who is one of the coaches that are helping the manager out, because they are not allowing the other kids to get the ball because my son is running around and snagging every fucking grounder he can get because none of the other kids even have an idea what fucking hand to put the glove on. And we're just looking at her, and my wife's looking at me, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, it's her first kid, honey. She don't know any better. Give her time. She'll figure it out. What the fuck, lady? They're 5 years old. 5 years old. You know how little 5-year-olds are? You got 4 and 5-year-olds out there playing fucking baseball, man. Unless you have volunteered in your life to coach 4 and fucking 5-year-olds, you have no fucking business. Helicopter mom, sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, let the coaches coach the fucking game. You don't ever go to the fucking fence, and you don't coach your coaches in youth sports. Look that motherfucking shit up. Helicopter mom, WebMD, one of the descriptions, fucking people who like to coach coaches of their fucking youth children. They're volunteers. Let them do their fucking job. Sit down and shut your fucking mouth. Go practice some grounders with your son so he understands what the fuck he's supposed to do. And my kid won't need to help him the fuck out. What the fuck? Until next time, I'm out. Peace. Love. Raider Nation.